Okay, so good morning or good afternoon, class. So we will have our fourth topic for this semester. Okay, so our topic is about your chemical reactions. So every starting materials or every reactants will always produce a certain product. Okay, so first we have your reactants. Okay, so reactants that will react and undergo or form a certain product. Okay, for example, you have a sodium, any two atoms of chlorine that reacts to each other to form a product of sodium chloride. Okay, so next. So remember, reactants will always yields to a certain product. So it's either yields or to form, okay, or produces. Okay? So yun po ang meaning ng ating arrow. Okay? So in the parts of a chemical reaction, we always have a subscript. So yung subscript, yun po yung maliit na number on the right side of an element. Si carbon, its subscript is 6. Hydrogen, 12. Oxygen is 6. We also have coefficients. Okay, so coefficients is the number at the left side. Okay, subscript is at the right side. Small. Okay, coefficient is at the left side of an element. Okay, so this two corresponds to the number of atoms. Okay, so next we have the formula itself. So formula, carbon dioxide as a given whole formula. Okay, for example, you have the glucose reacting with oxygen. So glucose oxidized and it yields a product of carbon dioxide and a water. Okay, that's how you read chemical reactions. So reactants, glucose reacts with oxygen to form or produces carbon dioxide and also water. So we have what we call balancing of equation. So hindi po tayo basta-basta nagkakaroon ng chemical reactions. So therefore, kung ilan yung number of elements sa ating reactants, kung ilan ang number of elements, ganun din ang number of elements sa products natin. Okay? Pare-pareho po. Kung ilan ang number of atoms ng elements sa reactants, pareho din dapat nalalabas sa ating products. Sabi nga, diba ni John Dalton, no matter can either be destroyed, diba? Or formed. Okay? So, wala pong nasisira. Therefore, kung ilan ang starting material, ganun din kadami ang ating product. Okay? So what is the usual step of a balancing of equation? Okay, so the usual step po, actually there is no specific rules in balancing. We just have to make a trial and error. Okay, we have to make a TAE, trial and error. Okay, so what I usually do is write all of the elements. So you have a calcium, we have an oxygen, we also have your hydrogen. And lastly, we have a chlorine. So I will make this. Okay, so we have the left side is your reactants. The right side are your products. So the left side, calcium has 1, while as calcium in the product is 1. Oxygen in your reactant is, okay, there is a subscript, parenthesis subscript. It means all the elements inside the subscript should be multiplied by the subscript. So, oxygen times 2, hydrogen is also times 2. Remember that, ha? So, oxygen times 2, so you have 2 oxygen. So, from the product, we have just 1. So, 1. Next, your hydrogen, 2 times 1. So, you have 2 hydrogen plus this one is we have 2 plus 1, 3. Next, we have your hydrogen dito, which is actually 2. And we have chlorine na isa lang. And this one has 2 chlorine. Okay. Okay, so usually I will choose where is the part kung left or right ang mas mababa or mas mababa least amount number of atoms. So we'll choose the right side kasi mas konti sila. Okay? Let's try. Okay, so then usually iiwasan ko yung mga elements that are separated by 2 compounds. Ano pong sinasabi ni ma'am? For example, hydrogen dito at may another hydrogen dito. Okay? Hindi ko siya inuuna. Usually, that will be the plus part na kailangan nating galawin. Okay? So, since I will be using the right side, we will be focusing on calcium chloride and also water. Okay? So, I will choose, sabi ko nga, trial and error. Paulit-ulit tayo dito sa balancing. So, since calcium is already balanced, I will not choose that. Okay? I will go to the next, which is oxygen. Oxygen has 1 on the left side. I will think of a number that multiplied by 1, I will have an equal amount from left and right. So, anong number ang kailangan multiply para maging 2 din siya? Siyempre, 2 din. To make it 2. At yung number ko, yung multiplier, ilalagay ko kung nasaan si oxygen. Nasaan ba si oxygen? Na kay water. Gagawin ko siyang coefficient. Okay? We will have 2. Okay, next. However, this is a compound. Kung nabago si oxygen, mababago din si hydrogen. So, 2 times 2 of hydrogen, it will make it as magiging 4 siya. Okay? So, next, I will not use hydrogen kasi sabi ko nga, it is an element that is separated by 2 compounds. So, meron sa isang compound, meron din siya sa isang compound. Medyo mahirap i-balance yung ganun. So, if you focus ko si chlorine. Okay? Next, what number should I multiply again to make it the same? So, it will be 2 is equals to 2. Then, the multiplier that I use, gagawin ko siyang coefficient kung nasaan si chlorine. So, we have HCl. So, we will make it as 2. Okay, next. Nabago na naman si hydrogen. So, 2, meron akong 2 dito. Meron akong another 2. So, 2 plus 2, it will become 4. Okay, so pantay na ba siya? Let's check na. Calcium. Ilan si calcium dito? It is 1. Ilan si oxygen? So, 2. Okay, so oxygen is 2. Then we have 2 oxygen dito. Okay. Next, we have hydrogen. Ilan ulit si hydrogen? So, 2 plus 2, it will be 4. Next, we have 4 dito. Then, we have your chlorine. So, it is 2. This one is also 2. Okay, so it is all balanced. Pantay na sila. Okay? So, this is the correct form or the balanced form. Now, let's have another example. So, we have a carbon dioxide that produces water undergo photosynthesis to form glucose and oxygen gas. So we have carbon, oxygen, and also hydrogen. Okay. Okay, so in your carbon, at the left side, it has one. Okay, so we have 1 carbon. We have 6 carbon. Oxygen is 2 plus 1 equals 3. Tama ba? Okay. We have 6 here and we also have 8 here. So 6 plus 2, 8. Next, hydrogen is 2. Hydrogen is 12. Okay. Pipiliin ko yung side na mas mababa or least number of atoms. So therefore, I will choose the left side. This side. Okay, so let's have carbon, oxygen, and also hydrogen. So let's have carbon first. The number that will be multiplied is 6. So make it also a 6. So multiplier is your 6. Okay? So saan ko ilalagay si multiplier na 6 kung nasaan si carbon? In which compound? Gagawin siyang coefficient. So it is 6. Next. Pantay sila. 6, 6. Next. Should I choose oxygen? No. Sabi ko nga, mahirap siyang gamitin. We will choose this as the last one kasi nga it has oxygen in both compounds. Mahirap. Separated sila. So we will choose hydrogen. Okay? So what is the number that can be multiplied by hydrogen? To make it 12, it is 6 equals 12. So 12, 12. Therefore, the multiplier that I use, again, gagawin ko siyang coefficient. Dito ulit. So it will have 6. Okay. So mayroong nagbago. Tama ba? Check natin. Ilan na ngayon ang number of oxygen? So you have 6 and you have 12. 6 times 2, 12 plus 6, we will have 18 is the total. Okay, let's go this one. Oxygen na lang ang problem natin. So we have oxygen that is 6. We have oxygen that is 2. Okay. Okay. So pinakamadaling gamitin from these two oxygen is the one that has not been combined with the other elements. Ibig sabihin, yung nag-iisa lang siya. So that is oxygen gas. Then we will not change the oxygen in your glucose. So dito. So 6. Ilan na lang kailangan ko para maging 18? So we will have 18 minus 6, that will be 12. Okay, what will be the multiplier to make it 12? It will be times 6 is equals to 12. Tama ba? Tingnan na natin. So, gagawin natin yung multiplier, it will be 6. So, 6 times 2, 12 plus 6, 18 na siya. Okay, so let's try. You have 6 carbon of carbon dioxide plus 6H2O magiging C6H12O6 plus 6O2. Okay? Ayan. So, pantay na silang lahat. Okay? So, next. Last one. Ma'am, what if you encounter compounds that have decimal points? Okay? So, let's have this. CH. This one is a butane. This is a gas. And this one is oxygen. Okay, butane oxidizes with oxygen, reacts with oxygen to yield carbon dioxide and also a water. Carbon has 4, hydrogen has 10, oxygen has 2, under carbon has 1, oxygen is 2 plus 1, there's 3. Next, oxygen, I'm so sorry. Oxygen is just 2. Ba't ba oxygen na oxygen? Hydrogen is 2. Okay. Oxygen is 2 plus 1, 3. Okay. Okay. So, which side has the least number of atoms, left or right? It is right. So, therefore, this will be the side that we will be using. So, let's say carbon, number that can be multiplied to make it equal. So, therefore, it is 4. Multiplier is 4. Saan natin siya lalagay? Kung nasaan si carbon. We will make it as a coefficient. Next. So, since 4, ilan na ngayon si oxygen? 4 times 2, 8 plus 1. So, we already 9. Have 9 oxygen. Tama ba? Okay, tama. Next, hydrogen. So, the number that could be multiplied by 2 to make it 10 is 5. So, multiplier is 5. Saan siya ilalagay? Kung nasaan si hydrogen. Okay. So, may mababago ulit si oxygen. Okay. 4 times 2, 8 plus 5 na oxygen, it is actually 13. Okay, so the total number of oxygen is 13. Okay, next. Okay, multiplied by, okay, what number can be multiplied by 2 to make it 13? So that is actually a decimal point. Ilan po ang decimal point? To make it as a 13. It will be, ilan ba? So it will be 6.5. Okay, to make it 13. Okay, so therefore, we will write here as 6.5. However, in balancing, we do not recommend a decimal point number of atoms. Okay, because there is no a half atom. Wala po tayong half atom. So therefore, we have to make it as a whole number. So to make it as a whole number, we just have to to multiply it by 2. So therefore, you have 2 CH4H10 plus 6.5 times 2, syempre 13 oxygen gas. That will yield to 4 atoms of carbon dioxide and 5 atoms of a water. Okay, so it is already a balanced equation. Okay? Okay, so these are all the answers. Okay, so these are all balanced already. Okay, so next. Okay, so we will have this stoichiometry. It is a study of mass relationships in a certain chemical reactions. So we have to know kung ganito ang certain mass na isang reactant, ilan nalalabas kay product. Okay? Pwede ding kung ganito yung certain amount of moles or grams in a product, what would be the grams of the starting materials? Okay? So that is actually the stoichiometry. So it's more likely a computations. First, we have your formula weight. Formula weight is actually the same with your molar mass. Okay? So, what is the difference between formula weight? Simple lang. AMU is for formula weight. Atomic mass unit. Molar mass, ang unit po ng molar mass is grams per mole. Yun lang po ang pinagkaiba nila. Formula weight unit AMU, molar mass is grams per mole, but they have the same or different, they have the same definition. It is the sum of the atomic weights of a compound. Okay? For example, sodium. Ang atomic weight ni sodium sa periodic table, pag tinignan po periodic table, ano ang atomic mass niya? It's 23. Kay chlorine, it is actually 35.5. Pag that is the formula weight. Pag ang tanong is molar mass, therefore, unit dapat ay grams per mole. Okay? So this what? Grams per mole. So grams per mole is molar mass. So how do we do molar mass? Okay? CH oxygen. Okay, so the molar number of atom is 6, this is 12, and this is 6. Molar mass. The atomic mass of carbon sa periodic table, when you find it in the periodic table, it is actually 12 grams per mole. Your hydrogen is 1 gram per mole. Oxygen is actually 16 grams per mole. Okay, so multiply. So 12 times 6 is actually 72. This is 12 grams per mole. And 16 times 6 is actually 96 grams per mole. So if you add this, the molar mass of the whole glucose is 180 grams per mole. Okay, so ganun lang po ang molar mass. Okay? So we have what we call actually the mole or the mole unit. So it is associated with your Avogadro's number, which has a value of 6.022 times 10 raised to 23. Usually, 6.22 ginagamit in computations times 10 raised to 823. Okay? Okay, so how do we convert grams to a certain moles? So, I usually use this box. Lagi ko itong ginagamit. This is the given. And you have your ask. Okay. So, for example, calculate the mole of water in 36 grams of water. So, what is being asked? Mole. So, mole hinahanap natin. Ano ang given, which is grams. Okay, for a while, this should be grams. Okay. So, ang hinahanap natin is mole. Okay, so since hinahanap natin is actually a mole, and the given is grams, syempre, gagamitin natin itong first table. Okay, so in grams to mole, ito lang po ang kailangan natin. Given na grams. The molar mass of the given and what is being asked or the final answer. Okay, what is the grams given? That is 36. Next, what is the molar mass na given? Ang given ng water, ang molar mass niya is 18 grams per mole. So, 18 grams per mole. So, it is also associated as 18 grams per 1 mole. Okay? So, pareho lang po yan. So, therefore, grams dito. Sa legend na ito, kailangan nilagay sa baba ay yung 18 grams. Bakit? For cancellation of unit, mole lang nasa taas. So, 36 times 1 divided by 18, it is 2 moles of water. Okay? Let's have an example. Okay, for a while. This should be grams actually. Okay, so let's calculate. Okay, so I need moles, that is the one asked. We have the given, which is in grams. So what is the grams given? It is 5.63 grams of sodium sulfate. Okay, so it is Na2SO4. Next, we need the molar mass na given. So, molar mass ni Na2SO4. Ang molar mass ni Na2SO4 ay 142.1 grams Na2SO4 per 1 mole Na2SO4. Okay? So, therefore, ang ilalagay ko sa baba is yung gram. So, 142.1 grams Na2SO4. So, I have 1 mole Na2SO4 equals, cancel. What is the mole given? Okay, so pag 5.63 times 1 divided by 142.1, final answer or the moles is 0.0396 moles of Na2SO4. Oh, sobrang dali, diba? Okay, so it's another one. Calculate the number of moles of sodium ions in 5.63 grams of sodium sulfate in Na2SO4. Okay, so this one, we are using the sodium ion. Same problem, but in sodium ion, ang ion mismo ay nahanap, hindi yung mismo compound. So therefore, gagamitin natin yung answer natin dito as the mole of compound. Okay, so that will be 0.0396 mole ng Na2SO4. Okay, next, mole ng compound times mole of ratio. Okay, mole of ratio. Okay, ibig sabihin ng mole of ratio, mole of compound, or number of atoms. Okay. Mole of compound is to mole of ion. Okay. Ilan ang mole nito? I mean, ilan ang number of atoms? Ilan ang coefficient? Okay. Mole is equals to atoms is equals to coefficient. Okay, so this is for the mole ratio. Okay. Ilan yung mole nito? Sabihin nila ng pinaka-coefficient nito. May nakikita ba kayong number? Pag wala kayong nakitang number, it is automatically 1. Okay? So, therefore, there is a 1 mole of Na2SO4. Next, ilan ang mole ni sodium dito? Next, mole of ion. Ilan ang mole ni sodium? Ilan ang subscript niya? Just 2. So, 2 mole of sodium. Okay. Kapag sinabing mole of ion, it is actually pertaining to the subscript. Okay. Pag mole of compound pertaining to the coefficient, mole of the ion pertaining to the atom or the subscript. Okay. So, ilan siya? It's just 2. So, this is the mole ratio. So, between these two, sino kailangan ko ilagay sa baba para ma-cancel? This is sodium sulfate. Therefore, I will choose sodium sulfate. So, 1 mole of Na2SO4. Ang nasa taas ay 2 mole of Na ion. Equals. So, yun lang po ayun. Pinakamadali. Cancel. So, 0.0396 times 2 mole divided by 1. So, that is 0.0792 mole of sodium ion. Okay, so sobrang dali lang po, diba? Okay, so next. Okay, so this is the mas maayos na computations. So first, you have to get the moles of the compound. Next, if you have the mole of the compound, we need the mole ratio. Okay? So next, is the grams to molecules to atoms or vice versa. Okay. So this one, aside from molar mass, we also need your Avogadro's number. Okay, so remember Avogadro's number is equal to 6.022 times 10 raised to 23. Okay, molecules, pwede ding atoms. Okay, tandaan ha, if it is pertaining to molecules and to atoms, we will need your Avogadro's number. Okay, so this one is the whole equation na gagamitin natin. The given is actually in grams. The end product should be molecules. So therefore, given is grams and product is molecules. Okay, so therefore, ganito ang format. So you have a grams of 0.360 grams na aspirin times molar mass daw ni aspirin. Ang molar mass ni aspirin is actually 180 grams per mole si aspirin. Okay? So, therefore, sino kailangan ko ibaba? Si grams ba? Si mole? Si grams. Kasi cancel. Grams of aspirin. Sino nasa taas? 1 mole of aspirin. Okay. Equals. Ilan yung moles natin? Okay. Times pa pala, sorry. Multiplied by the Avogadro's number. Okay? So, isang Avogadro's number ay 6.022 times 10 raised to 23 molecules per mole. Sino nasa taas? Sino nasa baba pala? To cancel your mole. Siyempre, si mole. 1 mole is 6.022 times 10 raised to 23 molec. Okay? Cancel, cancel. So, therefore, 0.360 times 1 divided by 180 times 6.022 times 10 raised to 23 molecules divided by 1 mole. That will be, what's the answer? 1.20 times 10 raised to 23 molecules. Okay. Ma'am, paano po pag ang hinahanap is atoms to grams? So, babalik lang natin yung format natin. So, molecules, sunod ay Avogadro's, then we have molar mass, then your grams. Okay? So, mahalaga itong table para hindi tayo malito in your competitions. Okay? Okay, so this one is actually the real stoichiometry. Okay, so ito na po yung totoong stoic kasi we are dealing with the reactions already. Okay, so paano po ito? How many grams of a nitrogen gas are required to produce 7.50 grams ng ammonia? So you have a nitrogen gas reacting with the hydrogen gas to form a ammonia. Okay, so ano po ang pinaka-format? Ganito ang format natin. Susundin tong table na to. You have the given grams. You have the molar mass ng given. And the mole ratio, given, and the one is being asked. Molar mass na tinatanong. And the grams or the final answer. Okay. So, sino ang given natin? The given is your ammonia, which is NH3. Next, molar mass ng ammonia is 17 grams per mole. What is the ratio ni given na NH3 at ni ask na N2? Ilan ang coefficient NH3? Ilan sa NH3? 2. So, 2 NH3. Ilan si N2? Meron ka lang 1 and 2. 1 mole. Ilan ang molar mass ng tinatanong, which is si N2, which is 28 grams per mole. Then we will have your final answer. Okay, so let's equate. Given gram, 7.50. Then the molar mass is 17.0 grams per mole. Bakit nasa baba si 17 grams? To cancel, cancel. Next, what is the mole ratio? NH3 ang nasa taas. So therefore, dapat nasa baba is NH3 din. Ilan si NH3? Dalawa. So sa taas si N2. Next. You have the molar mass again, which is 28 grams per mole. So you have your mole of N2. So therefore, mole din ang nasa baba to cancel and grams ang nasa taas. So you have a final answer of 6.18 grams of N2. Let's try po. Let's try. What is the given? Given is 27 grams ng aluminum. So let's write 27 grams Al. Molar mass, the aluminum ay actually 26.98. So it is 26.98 grams per mole. Ang mole ratio, ilan si aluminum? Subscript niya. Oh, by the way, binabalance muna po ito ha. So balance naman silang lahat ba? Okay, so it is not balance. So balance muna pala natin. Sorry. Okay, so this one should be 2. This one is 3. Balance ba? 3, 6, 6 oxygen. 3, 6 oxygen. 2, 4 aluminum, 4 aluminum. Okay, so balance na sila. So, ilan ang ratio? Mole ratio ni aluminum itself? It is 4 moles. Ilan ang ratio ng tinatanong natin? Which is aluminum oxide. It has 2 moles of Al2O3. Okay? Next, what is the molar mass? Okay, what is the molar mass ng ating tinatanong, which is the aluminum oxide? That will be 101.96 grams per mole. Okay, so let's try. Aluminum is 27 grams of aluminum times molar mass. Okay, nasa baba si grams. So 26.98 grams Al times 1 mole Al, cancel agad, times mole ratio. Sinong nasa baba? 2 moles of 4 moles? Okay, sorry. 4 moles pala of Al. Bakit? Cancel, cancel. Sino nasa taas? 2 moles of Al2O3 times molar mass. Okay? Sino nasa baba? This is mole, so therefore, 1 mole of Al2O3, that is 101.96 grams of Al2O3 equals, cancel, cancel. Okay, what is the final answer? So for a while, divided by 26.9. Okay, so the final answer is 51.02 grams of Al2O3 or aluminum oxide. Okay, so 27. Okay, tama. Next. Okay, another example. So this one, okay, balance na ba to? Okay, so this one is already balanced. I don't have to balance this one. Okay, so let's have. Okay, so ilagay natin yung table para hindi nakakalito. Okay, so this one is. Okay. How many grams of carbon dioxide and NH3 is needed to produce a 0.83 mole of your urea? Okay, so what is being asked here? So given is urea. Ang tinatanong ay hinahanap is your carbon dioxide and also your NH3. So, unahin muna natin si carbon dioxide before kay ammonia. Okay? So, CO2 muna tayo. Okay. So, grams is... okay. So, here, it is already given. Given na kagad ay in moles. Okay? Ganito class. Kapag ang given ay in grams, I forgot to tell, if the given is in grams, we need the molar mass. But if the given is actually already in moles, we skip na natin si molar mass. Okay? So, therefore, ang given is moles. So, therefore, skip na natin ditong first two steps. Okay? So, automatically, it is 0.83 mole of urea. Proceed tayo kay mole ratio. Tandahan na, if the given is in grams, kailangan natin si molar mass pa din. But if it is in mole ang given, skip natin si molar mass, diretso na tayo kay mole ratio. Okay? So, therefore, ilan ang mole ratio ni urea at ni carbon dioxide? So, urea has, ilan ang coefficient? 1 mole of urea. Ilan ang hinahanap natin na carbon dioxide? 1 mole din. So, 1 mole CO2. So, therefore, sino ilalagay dito? 1 mole of urea. Kasi cancel. Sino sa taas? 1 mole of CO2 times. Ilan ang molar mass ng hinahanap natin ng carbon dioxide? So, carbon dioxide is actually equals to, ano ba ang molar mass ni carbon dioxide? For a while, hanapin ko lang. Okay, so the molar mass of carbon dioxide is 44.01 grams per mole. So, therefore, ang nasa baba is mole to. 1 mole sa baba. So, ito yun. And sa taas is 44.01 grams. Okay. Carbon dioxide. Okay. So, what is the final answer po natin? 0.83 times 1 times 44.01. So, therefore, the grams of carbon dioxide is 36.50 grams of carbon dioxide. Tandaan, laging may unit class. Pag walang unit, mali. Okay? Next. So, let's have NH3. Again, it is in a mole. Therefore, skip this two. Diretso tayo kay mole ratio. So it is 0.83 mole of urea multiplied by the mole ratio. Ilan si urea again? 1 mole U is 2. Ilan si ammonia? 2. So 2 mole NH3. Okay. So, sino ilalagay natin? Urea to. Therefore, urea. Okay. Sino nasa taas? 2 moles ng NH3. Cancel, cancel. Therefore, we will have your... hindi. Multiplied pala muna sa molar mass natin. What is the molar mass of an ammonia? Okay, so the molar mass of ammonia is... okay, so molar mass is 17.03 grams per mole. So, sino ilalagay dito? We will have your 1 mole NH3. Sa taas is 17.03 grams ng NH3. So, we will have to cancel. Cancel. What is the final answer po? So, we will have 0.83 times 2 over 1. So, times 17.03 over 1. It will be 28.27 ilan? Grams ng NH3. Okay, so that will be the final answer. Okay? Okay, so next, you will have your limiting reagent. So, simple lang po ang limiting reagent. Actually, mahaba lang siya, pero madali lang siyang intindihin. Okay, sobrang dali lang po na intindihin. So, first, for example, this one. This one, wala muna tayong computations. It's mole visual. Mas madaling intindihin given agad yung moles natin. So, this one is in a reaction of a nitrogen gas and an oxygen gas that produces a nitric oxide. So, before the reaction, you have 5 moles of N2. Oxygen gas has 1 mole. And, syempre, the product is always equal to 0. Syempre, kapag before a reaction, 0 muna siya. Okay? But after a reaction, something is being used up and the product will have a certain mole. So, after reaction, you have 4 moles na lang ng N2. 0 is oxygen gas and your product becomes 2 moles. Okay? So, therefore, we can see here from before and after reactions that the oxygen gas has been used up. Siya ang mabilis na naubos. So, therefore, kapag mabilis na ubos, it is a limiting reagent. But if there is already an excess, ibig sabihin after the reaction, meron ka pa ding certain amount of moles. Therefore, that is the excess. Okay? So, oxygen gas is the limiting. N2 is the excess. Okay? So, therefore, this one is the concept. Okay? In a reactant, there is a reactant that is being used first, limiting siya, nauubos agad. And there is a reactant that is in excess. Okay? May natitira. Okay? To form a certain amount of product. So, we'll have a computation. This is our word problem. Okay, so from here, what is the greatest amount of ammonia in moles tayo that can be made with 3.2 moles of N2 and 5.4 moles ng H2? Sino daw si limiting, sino si excess, at ilan ang natira kay excess? Okay, we have 4 questions here. Pinakamadaming amount ni NH3, ni product. Okay, let's try. N2, plus 3H2 that will yield, ano ang product natin? Ammonia. Okay. So, first balance muna. Balance ba sila? No, it is not balanced. You have 6 hydrogen. So, therefore, this should be 6. Okay. So, therefore, balance na. Okay. Remember, class, before you compute or deal with computations in reactions, the first thing you should always do is balance. Laging magbabalance muna po tayo. Okay, it is stated here. Okay, kapag inuna natin is yung N2, we have 3.2 moles. Okay? We have 3.2 na ano? So, we have 3.2 na N2. Okay? So, if we have to compute kung ilan ng N2, ilan ng H2 pala, we just have to make 3.2 moles of N2 times 3 moles of H2. Saan si 3 moles? Ito. Over 1 mole of N2. Okay, so the concept po dito is in 3 moles ng sa isang mole ng N2, ilan ang moles ng H2? Okay, this is 1:3. So, therefore, ilan po ang moles ni H2? So, if you will using 3.2 ng N2, ilan si H2? Okay, therefore, it is just 1:3. So, therefore, the answer is cancel, cancel. We will have, so what we will have? 9.6 mole of H2. Okay, we have 9.6. Okay, sabi ko nga the ratio is just 1:3. Kung 3.2 to, ilan dapat CH2? Therefore, that is 9.6. So, may multiply mo lang naman sa 3. So, this is just the long cut and this is the shortcut method. Okay? Okay, next. So, if we will use 3.2, we will have 9.6. But, ilan lang daw CH2? It is 5.4. Paano kaya kung si 5.4 ang gamitin natin? Mole of H2. Okay. So, what is the shortcut here? Again, 1:3. So, X is to 5.4. So, 5.4 divided by 3, it will be 1.8. So, therefore, 1.8C and 2. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, kapag 5.4 ng H2, 1.8 lang ng N2 ang nagagamit. Okay? However, but if we use all of the N2, we need 9.6 mole of H2. However, kulang. Okay? So, therefore, ang unang nauubos ay si H2. Okay? Bakit? In every 1.8, 5.4 kagad yung nagagamit kay H2. However, pag tinaasan pa natin sa N2, kulang na si H2. Okay, so therefore, H2 is the limiting. Okay, siya ang unang nauubos. While as the excess, N2 is the excess. Okay, tandaan yan na. Okay. Let's answer what is the greatest amount of NH3 and also how many moles are left over. Okay, let's try. Okay. So, we will have N2 ulit plus 3H2. We'll have 2 NH3. So, This one is used up agad, which is 5.4 mole. Ang na-use up lang kay N2 ay 1.8 mole of N2. Okay. So next, sabi nga, limiting. However, if this is the one that we will be using, how many are the products? Ilan ang mole ng products natin? So, kagaya ng sa table kanina. So, we have 1.8, we have 5.4. Okay. Sorry, magulo. So, usually we have 3.2, 5.4, and 0. But we will have the 5.4, 1.8. Ilan ang product natin dito? So, we'll use the limiting. So, gamitin sa limiting, which is 5.4 mole NH2. Ay, H2 pala. Sorry. I'm sorry. 5 mole of H2 multiplied by ratio ulit. Ratio ni H2 at ni product. Ano ang ratio ni H2 at product? Sino ang nasa H2? Ilan ang H2? Tatlo. 3 mole H2. Ilan ang product? 2 mole of NH3. Okay. So, therefore, and what is the answer? We will have 3.6 moles of NH3. Okay. So, that will be the greatest amount or the product that we will have. Okay. Next. How many moles are left over? Okay. Ilan ang natira? Okay. So, simple lang po yun. Leftover. Sino lang naman ba magkaka-leftover dito? So, reactant side natin. 5.4 minus 5.4 is 0. 3.2 minus 1.8, 1.4. Okay. Diba remember, limiting use up. Therefore, 0 agad. And the excess may natitira. So, therefore, this is your moles that are being left over. So, you have 1.4 moles of N2, which is the excess nga. Okay? Okay, so this is just the limiting excess reactants. Okay? So, let's have your percentage yield. That's the last part. Percentage yield is actually actual over theoretical times 100. Theoretical is the computed. Okay, actual is the actual size. Okay. Okay. So, let's try here. Calculate the theoretical. Hanapin ng theoretical yield of ALF3 obtained from 5 grams ng ALF3. So, what is the formula again? Actual divided by theoretical. Okay, so times 100. Okay? Gawin natin ng 12 grams. Okay. So, what should we do? So, ano po ang gagawin natin? This is actually a stoich. So, stoich po ito. Okay. This one is actually a stoich. Ginagawa nating stoich kanina. So, we have 12 grams of aluminum multiplied by, ano unang gagawin po natin? So, we will have Molar mass ni aluminum. What is the molar mass of ating aluminum? It is, kagaya kanina, 1 mole of Al is equals to 26.98 grams of Al. Cancel, cancel, times mole ratio. Okay. Mole ratio of aluminum and AlF3. There is 2 mole of Al and this is 2 mole of AlF3. So that is actually 1:1. So compare gawin na natin as is. So 2 mole of Al, 2 mole of AlF3. So cancel, cancel. Next, type. Sinong susunod natin gagamitin? Molar mass ng ating hinahanap, which is, what is the molar mass of AlF3? Okay, so the molar mass is 83.98 grams per mole. So therefore, 1 mole of AlF3 over 83.98 grams. Okay, AlF3. So we have to cancel. What is the computed grams? Okay, so for a while, so we have 12 divided by 26.98 times 1 times 83.98. Okay, so the theoretical is 37.35 grams AlF3. Okay, so we have the actual, which is 30.0 grams. We have the theoretical, is 7.35 grams of AlF3 times 100. Cancel. So what is the answer? 30 divided by. So we will have times 100. The percentage yield is 80.32%. Okay. So that is the percentage yield. Okay, so what is the application of percentage yield actually? So one of the applications ng percentage yield is in natural products. Okay, especially if you're dealing with plants. Okay, for example, the theoretical, okay, ibig sabihin, the theoretical or this amount of the plant itself is equal to 1 kilogram. However, in the actual, if the plant is already dried, wala na siyang moisture, as in super dried na siya, it will, for example, naging 500 grams na lang siya. That is the actual. And this is the theoretical. So we will get the percentage yield. Okay, so percentage yield is actually used in natural products, especially if you're dealing with plants nga. Okay. So we are determining the exact amount, okay, of a certain material without the moisture or water from the plants. Okay? So that is for all. So, ito po lang po lahat yan. Percentage yield, limiting reagents, stoic. Okay, so, and chemical bonding. Chemical balancing. Okay, so this just 4. So I will post the next exam. It will be an offline again. Yes, I will do offline quizzes na. Okay? So, hindi na po ako magbibigay ng time-pressured exam. So, lahat ay offline quizzes. Okay? So, bye!